they use this symbol in their logo for together. People think I'll be stretching it, but I am a graphic designer. I am trained in art, fine art, and how to do graphic design, and how to create logos, and how to do production work and everything. So when I see, I'm telling you, it just doesn't happen by accident, okay? If a logo looks like something, it's a stylized version of a symbol, that's what it is. It's not a mistake, okay? They used a symbol that is called Ouroboros. I don't even know how to say it, all right? And I'll have to find out later. I bet people tell me, you didn't say it right. Here's how you spell it. All right. And this is what it looks like. This is an occult symbol of the snake eating its tail. And it's used in many occult, really all the occult uses it. And we're going to see even some so-called Christians use it, and other stylized versions of it. And the whole point with symbols is they're not always in your face, okay? It's a mystery, Babylon mystery religion type thing where they're signaling each other. They're not always in your face, you know, like with a big red pentagram with blood dripping off it. And, you know, that's not how they work. They use symbology on the down low. They mix it in, they stylize it sometimes. They make it a version of it so that for each other they know what it is. Now, this symbol, Ouroboros, symbolism has been used to describe Kundalini energy. And this is the big thing in the emergent church, is this Kundalini power. And it's satanic. According to 2nd century Yoga Kundalini Upanishad, the divine power, Kundalini, shines like the stem of a young lotus. Like a snake coiled around upon herself, she holds her tail in her mouth and lies resting half asleep at the base of the body. In Gnosticism, a serpent biting its tail symbolized eternity and the soul of the world. The Gnostic text Pistis Sophia describes the disk of the sun as a 12-part dragon with his tail in his mouth. Okay, and then we have the Theosophic Society, Helena Blavatsky, psycho witch. Okay, she used it in her little symbol for her Theosophic evil witchcraft satanic cult society. Okay, and you have this Ouroboros, whatever, around, and then you have like a 6-pointed hexagram with an ankh, and you know, some papal keys at the top or something. I don't even know what the whole thing is, but it's part of it. That's part of the symbol, and it's also used in Masonic imagery. Well, Catholics have been known to use this symbol. Catholics. One example would be Pope Gregory the 13th. He had some special coins made with Satan's face. I mean, Baphomet. I mean, it's probably just a goat, ram horns. I mean, just because, you know, I think we'll just put a goat on there. No reason. And yeah, with the dragon, snake, Satan, excuse me, with the tail and mouth, Ouroboros thing. Just, you know, I mean, Pope Gregory the 13th, he was kind of a interesting guy. I mean, you know, he had a lot to do with mass murder of the Huguenots. Those would be Protestants or Christians. Kind of interesting what he did. He held this big event and wanted to have unity with all the denominations, so he tricked all the Protestants to come to this event, and then they massacred them. Yeah, it was called the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre. It happened in 1572. Catherine de' Medici and her son, King Charles IX of France, in league with Pope Gregory XIII, carried out a plan to lure thousands of Protestants to Paris ostensibly to attend a royal wedding between a Catholic princess and a Protestant nobleman. The wedding was presented as an opportunity to seal the Peace of Saint-Germain between French Protestants and Catholics, which had ended the Third War of Religion in France. Instead, it amounted to a successful plot to destroy Protestantism in France by murdering a significant percentage of leading Protestant nobles and a large number of ordinary Protestants as well. The French monarchy conspired with the Pope in Rome to use the marriage as an opportunity to lure the Protestant nobility to Paris and murder them, in order to stamp out armed Protestantism in France. The royal marriage was arranged to take place on August 15, 1572. The marriage was concluded successfully, but then massacre time went on for over 3 days. The Protestants getting hunted down, butchered, thrown out windows, hung, burnt, drowned. Yeah, bloody, bloody, bloody massacre organized by Pope Gregory the 13th. Upon hearing of the bloodshed in Paris, Pope Gregory the 13th celebrated by declaring a Jubilee Day of public thanksgiving. Guns were fired in salute, and the Pope ordered the striking of a commemorative medallion. Subsequently, Gregory the 13th also commissioned a mural by Giorgio Vasari to hang in the Vatican, depicting the wondrous St. Bartholomew's Day massacre. And they claimed that the massacre was inspired by God and so on and so forth. And it's just a little backdrop on him. And then one of his other coins, you know, he used this symbol, official Roman Catholic stuff. Yeah. Well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, Pope Francis used a nice symbol on his recent propaganda for his trip, and it's a stylized version of this occult symbol. You can say it's not if you want, but some of us weren't born yesterday. Like I said, when you make a symbol and you make graphic art and you do stuff like this, you don't just stumble on things by accident. There is a meaning behind it all, especially with the Babylon mystery religion of Roman Catholicism. It's all imagery and icons and mystical stuff like that. It's all interwoven in what they do. They also have there's an official diocese crest, I guess. I don't know the official term for what they have, these symbols that they use for particular dioceses in each state. And one of the official ones contains 3 of these symbols, not just 1, 3. And I'll show it on the screen. Now that's not even a stylized version. That's just this flat out symbol. First Thessalonians 5:22 says, abstain from all appearance of evil. Even if the Pope was going on his trips, and even if this reset thing and everything is all perfectly innocent and they're just ignorant and they don't know anything about they don't know anything about anything, don't you think that if it was of God, that God would give them the wisdom that this symbol that they're using looks so much like an occult snake with biting the tail that's used so often in the occult? I mean, this is not a random symbol. It's right up there with the pentagram and the triquetra and all these other symbols. It's widely known of. Don't you think that God in heaven would give them the wisdom of that, and they could steer clear of that and be like, you know, we'll get our own, we'll just make our own design. Or how about maybe just a regular O? Or stylize one of the other letters, okay? Instead of making the O into this little thing that symbolizes eternity in Gnosticism, and that the Roman Catholic Church uses, along with Masons, Satanists, witches, let's see, who else? Hindus, alchemy, it's also used, and alchemists use it for their little witchcraft stuff that they do.
not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them, giving thanks unto the Father which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light, who hath delivered us from the power of darkness, and hath translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son.
Ye are not straitened in us, but ye are straitened in your own bowels. Now for a recompense in the same, I speak as unto my children, be ye also enlarged. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? And what concord hath Christ with Belial? Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God, as God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty.